up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new FIFA 17 Ultimate Team player review. Let's take a look at the second in form, Omar Al Soma. So the Syrian striker is now 84 rated on FIFA 17. He's got 81 pace, 82 dribbling, 88 shooting and 85 physical. And with those stats, he is also 6'4", so a massive striker. He's got high-low work rates, he's right-footed, and he does have awesome 4-star skills and weak foot. Now, of course, he's not the easiest player to link up into a solid, powerful team. So I've utilised the legends, and I've gone for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in my first option for a team, and it also features players from the Spanish League and the Italian League, and this is the team that I actually used him in. It's a 4-3-1-2, and it features players such as the ones to watch Renato Sanchez, the SBC version of Emre Can, and legend Stoichkov up front, and that strike partnership was absolutely insane. I loved it. When we take a look at Al Soma's in-game stats then, because he's a second in form, some of those stats have been increased quite nicely. He now has impressive agility and acceleration for someone who is 6'4", and of course his finishing stat, his positioning stat, all of that stuff, they're all decent. I went down the route of using the engine chemistry style, which is a little odd for a striker, but I needed to boost his pace and dribbling as much as I possibly could, and the engine chem style did that, and also gave him some slightly better passing, which is useful when you're playing with a two-striker formation. You know, he was able to play the ball off to Stoichkov every now and again, as well as just scoring goals for himself. So let's move on then to the pros and cons for this striker. First off, did I enjoy him? Yes. He's a great player, and someone I've not... He's very different to a lot of the strikers I've used, because he does have pace, and he does have agility, and he is massive. So it's a bit of an odd situation, really. But we'll get a couple of negatives out of the way first. His sprint speed is probably the weakest part about him in terms of his overall pace. I'll mention in a minute that I like his acceleration, but it's a cross between his sprint speed and his reaction time, which sometimes makes him feel a little bit slow. There's times where his reactions just... I wish he would do it a little bit quicker. And then overall, once you do get going, his acceleration is good, but his overall sprint speed is kind of lacking. And I've noticed that a couple of the more pacey centre-backs would catch him up on this game. But like I said, acceleration is a positive for this guy. I wouldn't expect someone who is 6'4" to be able to get off the mark so quickly, so I was pleased about that. His height and strength are probably the first two things that you really notice about him. He is an exceptionally strong striker, able to hold off those stronger centre-backs, and of course having good height means that his aerial ability is something you can utilise on this game. You can nod the ball up to him, he can play target man, and you can also play it out wide and then whip it into the box, and Al Soma's going to be potentially in there to score a header for your team. Now, what I was impressed with someone who was 6'4" was that he had such high agility, and alongside that agility I was impressed with his dribbling, and also the fact that with those two things he does also have the 4-star skill moves. So you're kind of getting... He feels a bit like an Ibrahimovic type of player, if I'm honest. You know, someone that you don't come across that often, who's massive and, you know, is also kind of... He's great on the ball and good on his feet and stuff like that, which is, you know, normally a target man that hasn't got much dribbling about him, and you just whip it up so they can nod it in with his head. But you don't necessarily need to do that with Al Soma, which I was really impressed with. Also, I noticed that this second in-form version of Al Soma's stamina seemed to be pretty good. He didn't ever really run out of juice, so roughly by the 80th, 90th minute, I was still noticing that I could go on runs with him, and he felt pretty good. And then finally, the best part about him definitely is finishing. He's a great goal scorer on this game. Get him in that right spot at the right time, and well, his good attack positioning is going to help that happen, you know, time after time. And well, one-on-one in front of the goalkeeper, you'll often find yourself sticking the ball in the back of the net. And he's a decent team player as well, getting assists as well as goals for my ultimate team. So hopefully you guys now know whether or not Omar Al Soma's second in form is right for your ultimate team. If you've used him and you like him, let me know down below in the comments section, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.